Join me on a journey to embrace your Kavela life. Welcome to your Yin practice. My name is Rachel. Thanks so much for joining me. So we will begin with a 15-minute warm-up just to get the blood flowing, warm up the body, then slow it down coming into our Yin practice. So if you're ready, let's come to a standing position. Coming to the top of your mat. And feet are touching. Coming into Tadasana. Mountain pose. Let's roll the shoulders back. Turn the palms out. Begin to ground through the feet. Maybe lift all 10 toes up. Really start to feel the four corners of the feet grounding. And then gently press them down. Let the toes drop. Maybe start to roll up onto the balls of the feet, lifting up the heels. And then slowly come down. Maybe do that a couple of times. And then really ground those feet. Root to rise. Imagine roots growing out the bottom of your feet, drawing your feet into the ground. Begin to lift the kneecaps, the quads, the torso out of the hips, lifting the chest, opening the heart. Really starting to elongate through the spine. Crown to the sky. Just coming to the breath, connecting with that breath. Let's make it a good practice. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling out the nose. Start to really draw in the breath. Filling and expanding the lungs. And then on the exhale, push out that stale used air. Just let it go. Let's inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale up. Adding on, exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees. Let the fingertips drop to the ground or bring the palms to the shins. Exhale, full, roll through that spine, reaching up. Press the palms together, start to align the arms with the ears, lifting and lengthening. Exhale, press the hips together. Hands to heart. 2 more just like that. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, fold. Roll through the spine. Inhale, float the arms up. Lift and lengthen. Exhale, bend. Press the hips forward. Hands to heart. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Roll through the spine. Float the arms up. Lift and lengthen. Exhale, press the hips forward. Hands to heart. Adding on here, inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Right leg steps back. Left leg coming in for high plank. Start to draw that belly button to the spine. Shoulders stack over the wrist. Press the heels back. Push the breath through the entire body. And gently lower down the knees, the chest. Keep the hips high. Sliding onto the belly for baby cobra. Start to peel the chest. Point through the toes, lengthening through the legs. Exhale, float it down. One more time, inhale, peel that chest. Exhale. Press through the palms, tabletop. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips to the sky. Pedal the heels, move the hips. Find your down dog, lift the tailbone up. Let that sternum drop. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. Let the head hang. Walk to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll through that spine, float the arms up. Lifting and lengthening, exhale, back bend. Hands to heart. Two more just like that. Make it feel good on your body. Just warming up here. Make it slow and gentle. Left leg, right leg, high plank. Breathe. Lower the knees, the chest, the chin. Inhale. Peel that chest. Baby cobra for one. Exhale, come back down. 2. Exhale. Press through tabletop, tucks the toes. Downward facing dog. Bend the knees, move the hips, shake it out, walk your dog. Lift the tailbone, lift the hips. Drop those heels, gaze past the knees. 2 deep breaths. Walk the feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Roll through that spine. Inhale, float the arms up. Lift and lengthen. Exhale, back bend. Hands to heart. One more time. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Right leg, left leg. Holding here. Option to start to shift your weight forward and back. So rolling through the toes. So this is optional. You can hold in your plank. And hold. Find your high plank. Lower down, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, peel the chest. Exhale. Inhale, peel the chest. Exhale. This time, peel the chest, maybe coming all the way up into cobra. Lifting up off the legs, coming onto the top of the feet. Lift your heart to the sky, roll those shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the hips up. Paddle the heels, breathe. Walk the feet. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Roll through the spine. Reach to the sky. Lift and lengthen. Exhale, press the hips forward. Hands to heart. Inhale up. Coming in for chair pose, Utkatasana. So palms are facing each other. Exhale, slowly sink the hips down. Check to see all 10 toes. Maybe lift 10 toes, shifting the weight onto the heels. Lift the chest up, gaze up between the palms. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. Slight pelvic tilt. Exhale, dive it down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Walk or float the feet. High plank. If you're ready, chaturanga, lower it down. Inhale, peel that chest up. Lift your heart to the sky. Exhale, down dog. Each time in down dog, try to go a little deeper. Get those heels closer to the ground. Lift the hips higher, let the chest sink lower. 2 breaths. Walk or float the feet. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold back to chair, Utkatasana. Big inhale up, chair squats. Inhale up. Open that body. Use that breath. Sit down into that chair. Inhale up. Remember, this is your warm-up, waking up that body. 4 more. Big inhale, use that breath. Last one, hold here, sit. Exhale, dive it down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, walk or float the feet. High plank. If you're ready, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Adding on here. Right leg up to the sky, 3-legged dog. Square the hips, the shoulders. Flex that foot, float it down. High plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, down dog. Left leg to the sky. Keep the shoulders square, hips square to the ground. Drop that right heel. Really extend through that left leg. Flex the foot, float it down, down dog. High plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, down dog. 2 deep breaths. Walk or float the feet. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Chair pose. Inhale up. Chair squats, free. Warming up those legs. Building strength. Four. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, hold here. This time bring the hands into prayer, into the heart center. Exhale, let's take a twist. Starting to twist that spine. Working the spine in all four directions. Now we're coming into our spinal twist. Start to center the palms on the chest, gazing over that right shoulder. Maybe butterfly the arms. Exhale, come back to center, stay low. Big inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart. Sit down, Utkatasana. Twist other side. Center the palms, relax through that left shoulder. Butterfly the arms. Maybe gaze up towards that left palm. Exhale, take it back to center. Inhale up. Hands to heart. Inhale. Exhale, dive it down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Walk or float the feet. High plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Adding on, right leg up to the sky. Bend the knees, stack the hip this time. Let that right foot hang heavy, opening up that right hip. Start to drop that left heel closer to the ground. Flex that left foot, draw it in towards that right glute. Right heel to right glute, really opening up here. Knee to chest. Step through. Low lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale, let the hips drop down and forward. Gaze up. Feel that left hip flexor opening up. Exhale, sweep the arms, frame that right foot. Tuck the left toes. Right leg extends all the way up. Float it down, down dog. High plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Left leg up to the sky, bend the knee, stack the hip. Opening up that left hip, drop the right heel. Flex that left foot. Draw the left heel to the left glute, really opening up. Knee to chest. Step through. Drop that right knee. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale, sink the hips. Gaze up. Feel that right hip flexor opening up. Exhale, frame that left foot. Extend left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, float it down. Last vinyasa in the warm-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. 2 deep breaths. Moving into our yin practice, slowly float the knees down to the ground. Exhale, coming into your extended child's pose. Let the belly rest on the thighs, chest to the knees. Widen the arms, spread the fingers nice and wide. Forehead to the ground, stimulating that third eye. Just breathe here. Settling into your yin practice. Slowly start to float up, coming into your tabletop. Move slightly towards the back of your mat. So we're going to focus on the upper body first and then make our way to the lower body. So make sure that the hips are stacked over the knees here. Shoulders stacked over the wrists. Coming into our melting heart. Walk the palms out. Slide the palms while maintaining the hips over the knees. Slowly start to let that chest drop to the ground. Option to rest the forehead on the ground or keep the eye gaze straight ahead. So listening to your body. Do what feels best, coming into this shoulder opener, chest opening, and upper back opening pose. So holding here, search for that edge, that place, that point of resistance, tension. Once you find that edge, that point, hold there. And just breathe, allowing the body to relax, surrender. So initially holding these yin poses, you might not feel much going on, and then the longer you stay, you start to feel a little subtle things happening with the body. Or you might feel tension and resistance immediately. Wherever you are, just use your breath. Let's slowly make our way out, lowering down onto the forearms, transitioning out of this pose. Bring the arms alongside the body. Let the forehead touch. Then turning the head towards the right, resting on that left ear. Let the shoulders drop to the ground. Notice how you feel from your head to your toes. Are you holding on? Let the legs just melt into the mat. Let go. Release any tension. Relax the jaw. Come back to center. Just turn the head to the opposite side. This time, right ear to the ground. Coming back to center, taking both arms overhead. I'm going to stay with the shoulders here. Take that left arm out in T, palm facing down. Start to roll onto the left side body. Bend the right knee. Maybe float that right arm up. Maybe just take that right palm to the thigh. Or start to bring that right hand to the left. Begin to roll onto the back. So you're trying to open up the chest to the sky. Really getting into that left shoulder, the front of the left shoulder. So as you're trying to roll onto your back, of course you can't because your left arm is preventing you from totally rolling onto your back. Close the eyes and just breathe here, inhaling through the nose. So if the neck or the head feels uncomfortable, you can always use a block or a pillow to support the head. Really focusing on that left shoulder. Don't hold the breath, stay with that breath. Let's slowly start to come back, rolling on to the belly. Float both arms overhead. And just notice how you feel in that right shoulder compared to the left shoulder. And taking that right arm out and start to roll onto the right side body. Palm facing down. Bend that left knee. Maybe float that left arm up to the sky. Float it down to the left knee or reach around for the opposite hand or wherever you can reach to is fine. Just keep on trying to go a little deeper, rolling onto that back. Feel that right shoulder opening up. Especially nowadays, most of us are very forward in the shoulders, hunched over our devices, hunched in the car. So this yin posture is especially good for anybody that sits at their desk or is hunched over a device. Just close the eyes and breathe. Relax the rest of the body. Relax through the jaw, the face. Maybe inch a little bit deeper, opening the chest a little bit more. Rolling onto back a little bit more. Then exhale, slowly release. Let's come back onto our bellies. Float both arms overhead. Let the forehead touch. Coming in for Sphinx pose, start to walk up onto the forearms. So coming into our next yin posture here, we're going to shift our attention to the lower back now. So make sure that you kind of walk those elbows underneath the shoulders, get that alignment. Spread the fingers nice and wide, but take all the weight out of the palms. So most of the weight is on the forearms and the pelvis area. Widen the legs, mats width apart, or whatever feels good. Lifting the chest, keeping the eye gaze straight ahead. Try to relax through the shoulders. Check in with the legs, the glutes. Are you tensing up? If you are, try to let go. Release those muscles. And once you arrive into this yin posture, start to puff the chest forward and at the same time lift the crown to the sky. And just notice the sensations in the lower back, the mid back. Make sure you're not looking down or up. Keep that gaze straight ahead. Don't hold the breath. Stay with that nice, deep, steady breath. From here, if you'd like to transition into seal, going a little deeper into that back, start to press up into the palms, lifting the forearms, elbows off the ground. Relax the shoulders. And just notice where the sensations travel, maybe more towards the mid-back. Check in with the legs, the glutes. Stay light in the palms. Use that breath as a tool to relax and surrender the body. This is also a great time to quiet the mind. Just let go of that chatter. We all have that internal chatter going on. So let this be a time when you can just quiet the mind. Let's slowly, if you're in seal, come back into Sphinx pose, lowering down the forearms, the elbows. Slowly let the chest drop. Let the forehead touch. Take the palms outside the chest, elbows up to the sky. Press into the palms, lifting up. Let's take a nice, slow, extended child's pose. So really take your time here. Slowest child's pose ever. Maybe the knees are wider this time. Let the chest drop. Forehead drop down to the ground. Shoulders externally rotate out. Slowly float up, coming into tabletop, walking slightly towards the top of your mat. We're going to come up into our plank pose. Option here to just go right into downward facing dog or flow through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. We're going to shift our attention to the hips, the lower body. So coming into your down dog. Find your down dog. Just breathe here. Let's float that right leg up to the sky. Three-legged dog. Bend the knee, stack the hip. Draw the knee in. Stepping in for dragon pose. Coming into dragon pose, find that proper alignment. So right knee stacks over the right ankle. Foot is facing forward. Frame that right foot with the palms. Slide that left leg back. So take any pressure, any weight off of that left knee. Most of the weight is on the top of the left foot. And then slowly let the hips sink down towards your mat. Let the upper body just rest on that right thigh. Take any weight out of the arms, the palms. Just stay really light in the upper body. Really let the lower body do the work here. So searching for that edge, that point of resistance, tension. Once you find that edge, hold it and breathe. Let your body naturally work its magic. It will automatically start to open up if you hold and breathe. So we're just going to hold here today in dragon. If you really love lizard pose and you want to go for that, definitely go into your lizard pose, whichever variation. I'm holding today in dragon. This feels challenging to me today, so I'm just listening to my body holding here. Great thing about the yin practice is it's not a follow me practice. You listen to your body and you do what's best for you. Really tune into your body. If coming into the first stage of a posture feels really challenging, then you stay right there. If that feels really easy and you need more of a challenge and you can go deeper, then take those steps. Keep inching and stepping forward, going deeper as your body allows you to. So coming from dragon, start to shift the hips back. We're going to come into our runner stretch, half split. Extending through that right leg. Square the hips with the top of the mat. So you may have to slightly draw that right hip back, left hip forward. Begin to flex through the right foot. Try to ground the palms if you can, lowering the chest closer to that right thigh, forehead to knee. Feeling a nice stretch in the hamstrings. So feel an intense stretch right here. And breathe that wonderful breath. Always makes things easier. Whenever you're struggling in your practice or in life, just take a minute to focus on your breath. Keep letting that chest drop a little closer. Remember to use any kind of support you need. If you need a little extra cushioning under the knees or support under your palms. So from here, we're going to transition into a quad stretch. So if this is too intense in your knee, just feel free to hold in your runner stretch or in dragon pose. So coming into this stretch, right leg is extended out. The left knee is bent. So coming to sit on the sits bones, that left foot is on the outside of the left hip. You're resting on the top of the left foot. You can hold here. You might start to feel a nice deep stretch in that front left quad. Or to go deeper, start to gently come down onto the forearms. Chest to the sky. So right leg is extended. Stay active, maybe flexing that right foot or pointing the toes. You might have to slide the body forward. So from here, if this is intense enough, stay right here. If you can go deeper, start to make your way onto the back. Keeping that left knee grounded. Now I'm starting to feel a really intense stretch in the front of that left quad. You can float the arms up overhead, maybe take hands to opposite elbows, flattening out the shoulders, the hips. Just breathe here. Just remember, if you feel any intense pain in that left knee, or should never feel pain. If you feel a stretch, tension, resistance, just slowly move and breathe through that. Deep inhale through the nose and exhale out the nose. Nice deep breaths here. Let's slowly make our way out of this pose, coming back up onto the forearms. Take it nice and slow. Start to come up onto the palms. Shift that left leg over. Coming back up onto that left knee. Maybe shifting back to that runner's stretch. Back through dragon. Tuck the left toes, right leg up to the sky. Stretch it out. Exhale, float the right foot to meet the left. Holding in your downward facing dog, maybe pedal the heels, bend the knees, move the hips. Option to float through a high plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Right into the other side, left leg up to the sky. Bend the knee, stack the hip. Draw the knee in, step through, dragon pose. Coming into dragon pose, the other side. Make sure the left knee is stacked over the left ankle. Never allow the knee to go past the toes. Slide that right leg back, maybe lifting up off the right knee. Keep sliding that leg back. Palms, most of the weight is in that left sole of the foot and the right top of the foot. Take the weight out of that right knee. Let the head hang. Quiet the mind. And again, if you did do lizard on the other side, go ahead and do lizard on this side. Evening out the body. You want to make sure your practice is balanced. Hold here and breathe. Staying in the moment, knowing you're right where you're meant to be in this moment. Right now, right here. Not thinking about the past or what's ahead. Just being here right now. Don't hold the breath. Inhaling through the nose. And exhaling out the nose. let's slowly start to transition into that runner stretch, half split, shifting the hips back. Begin to flex that left foot. Draw the left hip back, right hip forward. Fold over that left leg. Start to feel the stretch in the back of that left leg, the hamstrings. Try to straighten the knee. It's okay if the spine rounds. Gently resting on those palms. Relax the upper body. Keep lowering that chest closer to that left thigh. Deep inhale and exhale. Breathe in deep. Exhale, let it go. And if you're ready, you can always hold here longer. We're going to start to transition into that deep quad stretch. So I'm going to move slightly towards the front of my mat so I have enough room to lay down. Start to draw the butt down towards the mat. So this time that right knee is bent. My right foot is on the outside of my right hip. Sole of the foot up to the sky. Top of the foot grounding to the mat. And then just take this to wherever feels good for you. Coming down onto the forearms or staying right in seated at that first step. Or maybe come all the way down onto the back. Stretching out that right glute. Maybe float the arms up overhead, taking hands to opposite elbows. So again, if this is too intense, slowly ease out. Go back to that runner stretch or dragon pose. Wherever you are, close the eyes and just breathe, focusing on that breath. Push the breath to those areas of the body where you're feeling the most tension, resistance. Ground the shoulders if you're lying flat. Try to ground the hips. Listening to the body. Remember, Yin is all about getting into the connective tissues, the tendons, the ligaments, the fascia that connect our bones, getting into those joints, finding some space. These areas usually get neglected in other styles of exercise. It's really great practice. Great complement to any physical activity. Let's slowly release, coming in back onto the forearms, slowly transitioning back up onto the palms, then back up onto that right knee, and then back into dragon. Let's flow through a vinyasa, tuck the right toes, take that left leg up to the sky, stretch it out, extend, exhale, float it down, pedal the heels, bend the knees, walk your dog here. Last time, flow through a high plank if you'd like, or hold your down dog. Upward facing dog. Roll those shoulders back. Exhale, down dog. Slowly float down onto the knees. Exhale, coming into your extended child's pose for a couple of seconds here. Float the arms alongside the body, palms facing up. Inhale, float up to seated. Turning to the side of your mat, we're going to come into dragonfly. So we really stretched the legs on all four sides. Got the front, the outside, and we're going to get the inside of the legs. So sitting up nice and tall, inhaling the arms up, exhale, float the arms down, flex the feet, point the toes a couple of times here. Coming into the straddle pose. So dragonfly can come into this two ways, taking the palms center, start to walk the hands out, lowering the chest down to the ground, or take the palms, coming into the full expression, walk the hands down the legs, keeping those feet flexed, take the fingers to the toes, letting the chest drop down towards the ground, gazing forward. So imagining that your arms and legs are the wings of the dragonfly. Slowly allow your chest to drop closer to the ground. So take your time here. Do the best you can. It's a pretty intense stretch. Try to relax through the legs, relax the muscles. start to make your way out. Coming back to the sits bones, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, counter stretch over to the side, lateral stretch. Float that left arm overhead, reaching for that right foot, right toes, just taking it wherever you can. Try to keep that left sit bone grounded. Inhale, float it over to the opposite side. Right arm floats overhead, reaching for that left foot. Open the chest. Ground that right hip. Inhale, float it up. Gaze up. Exhale, take it down. Float that right leg. Bring both legs extending towards the top of your mat. Maybe shake out the legs a little bit. Bend the knees, reach towards the top of your mat. Ground through the spine, rolling down onto the back. Hug the knees into the chest. Take hands to opposite elbows. Bring the forehead to the knees. Hug those knees in nice and close. Coming into a little ball here. Release. Maybe come into happy baby. Wrap those peace sign fingers around the big toes. Flex the soles of the feet to the sky. Grounding the shoulders, the hips. Rock from side to side, massaging the lower back. Extend through the knees, getting one last hip opener here. And slowly bring the soles of the feet together. Release that yogi toe grip. Float the arms up overhead. Coming into Supta Baddha Konasana. Butterfly pose. Let the knees drop to the ground. Soles of the feet are pressed together. Arms up overhead, palms to the sky. Closing out our yin practice with our final yin pose, the ultimate yin pose, Shavasana. Extending the legs. Open the arms out in T, palms to the sky. Close the eyes and find that stillness in the body and mind. Feel free to stay in Shavasana as long as you'd like, gaining all the wonderful benefits it provides. If you'd like to join me in closing out your practice, start to bring some movement into the fingers, the toes, the hands, the feet. Inhale the arms up overhead. Bend the knees. And rolling on to that right side. Just coming into a fetal position, taking some nice deep breaths there. Slowly start to come back to a comfortable seated position. Keeping the eyes closed. Bring the palms to the knees. Sitting up nice and tall, elongating through the spine, crown to the sky. Closing out with 3 cleansing breaths. Inhaling through the nose and exhale out the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale through the nose and exhale out the mouth. Thank you so much for joining me. And thank yourselves for starting your day in a positive and healthy way. Hope you feel more open, more relaxed, ready for the rest of your day. May there always be peace in your heart, peace in your words, and peace in your mind. Have a beautiful day. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed your journey today. If you would like to see new classes, please remember to subscribe, like, visit our website at kavelalife.com. Become a member on our Patreon account. By becoming a member, it allows us to create new classes. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Kavela Life. Thank you so much. Namaste.